so we've had recordings of us just talking or singing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's cringe, but that's okay.
I mean, like I said, my first podcast I ever did, I absolutely hated the way my voice. Hold up. Absolutely hated the way my voice sounded. And hold up. I thought about having the first auto-tune podcast. Actually,
Auto-tune?
Auto-tune podcast, bro.
Auto-tune?
Yeah, sound like Gunna
Bruh.
or T-Pain on the podcast.
Brother, man.
Actually, T-Pain has a podcast, except he probably doesn't use that much auto-tune on it. How does that sound? I think that sounds fine.
I think it sounds fine.
Alrighty, I'm just trying to make sure we are all good. We are all set. So, but yeah, what were we just talking about? How it's like transitional places?
Yeah, and I was just saying, like in my time working behind a bar, I saw a lot of people that did that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of interesting watching or hearing from people that would go and start their lives in completely different places, just way the hell away from here, and then they just come right fucking back.
Yeah, it's like I'm the same way. I've thought about just like, would I really spend my whole life here? You know?
I mean, it's.
I know I
place.
won't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things of like, I just know it's home base. It's a safe place. You know? I don't know why. Like it's like it's not much to it, but.
Kind of just like.
Mm-hmm. But also, you like, cause I mean, just from a general, I mean, even growing up, like I told somebody, like when I had counselors, like after school programs and stuff, it's a new set every 4 years, you know, and really even then, it's like a new set of maybe like 3 or 4 every year.
Yeah, and that is something kind of interesting about living in a college town, that it always has that recycling population that is always ever changing.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't always get the same kind of faces.
Like a little bit closer, yeah, right there.
A little bit closer, like this.
Maybe a little bit back.
Maybe are you sure?
Is
this closer?
I think they hear you, but how does that sound, chat? I don't know. They're gonna leave the comment.
Truly compelling chat.
They'll leave the comments here in a second. I don't know. Once it's uploaded.
You can just cut that part.
Oh no. We don't cut anything on here.
Oh my goodness.
It depends. Depends on how egregious it gets.
We
make no promises though.
What if I say a really bad thing? I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
Wieners.
Yep. What do you think about wieners, chat? Let me know in the comments what you think about wieners.
Big old boots.
Big old boots?
Big old boots.
Like Puss in Boots?
Big booty boots.
The booties like you put on like when you're going into like a clean place? You know, okay. I like all kind of booty. All booties matter. I will say that.
All booties matter.
All booties do matter.
Everybody needs to know that.
That was my Tinder bio for a little bit, actually.
Was it?
Yes.
All booties matter.
All booties do matter to a degree. I mean, like.
Well.
To a degree.
Some booties. Anyway. So. I can't remember what we were talking about.
We were talking about transitional. And
That's right.
Like restarting over in life and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, that's a neat thing about this city, that it just keeps the population fresh and kind of new every couple of years. That's kind of nice, but it also leaves some interesting kind of changes in between. But I noticed the same thing about living up in Colorado, man. Where I was living was basically just here, but with mountains. That was the only difference, because it still had that college
and
vibe.
Legalization.
Yes.
That's the best part.
That is, honestly, dude, that was kind of an annoying part up there.
Really?
Yeah. I met a lot of like those really stereotypical kind of stoners that you would always cringe on or like laugh about and kind of just meme on.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw personally a lot of that, and it made it kind of weird to hang out with some of those people, because I was like,
kind of I'm trying to think of a cringy stoner.
I guess it would be kind of those people that would look at the experience and say more like, they would not even get any of it and be like, oh my god, I'm so fucking high right now, like I am crazy, oh my god. Just
not even like that existential like woo of actually
not even actually enjoying what the product is, just them giving some sort of placebo after mindset, and it's
the like the basic ass like, I'm so stoned, bro. Oh my god.
And I noticed that I would see a lot of that up there, so that was also kind of something. But the legalization part of it was kind of fun. I did get to go to a different town because, like, to a town over, because where I was at was purely medicinal,
Mhm.
and I honestly at the moment did not want to have to go through the hoops and just. I was just being lazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I
Fair
was just being
enough.
lazy. But yeah, I just didn't want to get the medical card, which wouldn't have mattered because now I'm not even there anymore.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just went over to the town over, and they had it recreationally there. But the cool thing about that was, I know you've heard me talk about this, that they had a cool ass taco truck right outside.
You did talk about
Yeah,
this.
and
Yes.
a lot of the times that we went, like the employees were always so cool,
Mm.
and they would just they would be like, "Hey man, like let me show you this thing that we have. Super cool, man. Like check this out. You want to smell it, bro? Here, check this out." And a lot of the times they would just be like vaping on something. They'd be like, "Hey man, you want to rip real quick?" Like, and
Yes,
it'd be like, "Yeah, man. Like sure, why not?" And more often than not, man, you'd see people right outside just toking up in a joint they just bought. So that was kind of cool. So you could get hella baked, and then right afterwards get yourself some delicious tacos, man. And man, they were no joke. They were.
Especially for tacos in Colorado. I've never had to.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that is that green chili is a big thing up in Colorado.
You were telling me about
So,
this
yeah,
too. Yes.
They slap that on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely find that in most food places out there. And I remember seeing it on anywhere from like breakfast, burgers, burritos, fries, just whatever, man. They slap it on all kinds of things. Personally, I love it, dude. I love green chili.
I was like not green sauce, but green chili.
Green chili. Bro.
Okay.
Green chili.
You said you used to sell it up there too, right?
Yeah. Well, what I made was salsa, and yeah, I used to make some salsa just for extra money, and I sold it to like a couple of coworkers that I was working with in Target up there. So that was
We both
Kinda
worked
fun.
at Target.
we did both work at Target. We both worked for the Red.
The red. All the everywhere I've worked, like big companies, has always been red. I noticed
Mhm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
It's because it's a very aggressive color, man.
yeah, it gets people to buy money or spend money. Excuse me.
Yeah, they
No,
kind of see the
money ain't free.
Yeah, they see the competition and they see Walmart nice gentle blue and they're like, oh, that's kind of nice and affordable.
Red.
But then they look at Target's red and they're like, oh my god, I must buy from Target. Otherwise, the
I-
deals.
I do go to Target way too often now. I would not have a red card if I never worked there.
I I honestly try not to shop there a whole lot because I work there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, sometimes you have to, and also because I work there, I also do recognize that Target as a store itself, not as a like corporate company, they have some pretty dope shit.
They really do,
They
honestly.
have some pretty dope shit.
Yeah, like I'll be walking through Target, like, damn, what they got new in here? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, sometimes you just walk in and they just have something new, something super cool, something super flashy, and for a good price sometimes.
Always, and if you use your red card, you always get a discount.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored at all. Yeah, I do not work for Target anymore.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I totally just blew that your way. My breath just migrated over your way.
Oh no, it's okay.
Okay.
It's a very small space. I can.
Okay.
Yeah, breath is common around here. And trust me,
Breath is.
breath is common. Yeah, no.
I'm glad that you're breathing. I'm glad that you're breathing.
Oh no, this is a breathing. This is a breathing living area.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
Okay, but I can breathe now.
I will say this. I will say this plane is fake. So.
Okay, man.
I believe.
Okay,
I
man.
look,
Look, man. How are you gonna say that this is a
living and breathing area and I have a dead plant. Okay, look, we're not going to talk about it. But you know where this plant is from, though?
disappointment?
This plant is from Target. I ain't gonna lie, half of this setup's from Target. I ain't gonna lie to
I was
you.
just about to say, man,
like the chairs,
sign from Target.
the signs from Target, fucking the lamps and shit.
Well, you have it right there.
This right
dude.
here from Target. I think the fucking speaker from Target too. Honestly, the futons are from Target. Damn. Oh man. Yeah, no, that was when I worked there.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, wasn't a horrible job. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was labor.
Yeah.
You know.
I did I luckily got to do a not so much customer side of it. They kind of let me choose what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I had my interview, the lady interviewed me was like, oh hey, I see that you got a lot of customer service experience, so that's pretty neat. Do you want to be a cashier? I'm like, no, absolutely fucking not. Do not do that.
I
to
could
me.
never imagine you being a cashier.
I did it a couple of times.
I could mean obviously you have the skills to be a cashier, but I could never see you just blatantly just this is
No.
my shift. You go straight to a cash register and
No.
stay there for 8 hours
No.
and have to talk to people.
No, yeah,
all
I told
day.
her that I already did my part on that. I told her, I already did my job doing these kind of things, dealing with cash. Don't make me do that again.
Mm.
So, she was like, all right, cool. She ended up putting me in the back, and I started doing their newer position, their ship from store fulfillment thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to do a lot of the online orders, pick them up, and then we would box them, label them, and they go.
I did everything. So
Yeah.
I was the same way.
So I noticed that Target kind of borrows a lot of the people from other departments when we get our shit done, and because our shit was always done,
Mm-hmm.
they'd be like, all right, now go over there, go help the cashiers, go help the backstockers, go help the tech aisle.
Yeah, it was different. See, like going from one retail, like working at HEB, then going to Target and stuff like that. That was wasn't really it was kind of a transition because I had a lot more freedom working at HEB, especially under my managers I had. I think just like walking in and noticing the layout, which is crazy because I can go from working. I worked there for a year and a half, worked at Target for a year and a half, and then I can go back and I can see how like some of the changes are starting to look similar between them, and how like just kind of the layout or at least like the hierarchies are different now, and because they have like different kind of like specialists for different departments and stuff like that, which we always have, but like it's just starting to kind of I'm just starting to see the similarities between them now. You know what I mean? One thing I did notice also, we've worked a lot of the same jobs because we both bartended.
I did not know that.
Yes, I bartended for like maybe August 2018 through late March, early April 2019. Yeah, that's when I was working. I worked 2 jobs and was in school full time. Don't recommend at all. There's a thing called burnout, which I did not think was a thing, and takes a while to recover from. Actually, I did not realize how long it takes to recover from being like truly burnt out and just dead inside from just not having time for yourself or anything like that.
No, yeah, dude, it can definitely be rough. I've also held a couple of situations where I've had multiple jobs at once, and it definitely takes a toll on you. It doesn't leave you enough time to actually refresh and kind of deconstruct what's happened in the day and just refuel yourself. And you need that, man. I know that like some people will say, oh yeah, I'll just not have a day off and I'll just sleep during the day. I'm like, bruh, you need 1 day off.
That's how I realized how off my mental was back then. I mean, not necessarily that was off, but like it's like damn, I didn't take care of myself for shit. Like case point, I think I worked that day at one job and then had to go bartend that night, and I had a final in the morning, right? And I think I was like maybe 10 minutes late to work, so I was on the way to bartend, right? I got rear-ended on the way to work. Yeah, dude was going like maybe 45 miles an hour and just smashed right in the back of me, and apparently I had a concussion from it. I didn't realize because adrenaline, and I'm thinking like work, and I'm like final in the morning. I'm like, now my car's fucked up, and I'm on the way to work right now, and I final in the morning. So just go back through it over and over. This is going through my brain.
My man said I can do it. My man said I got this, bro. I got this.
Oh yeah. Did I? Oh man, did I? So first things first, we got everything scheduled or squared away, and then I bartended that night, and it was a Wednesday night, right? I wasn't expecting it to be too busy. It was the last day of finals. It was the last day of senior finals, and we were busy as shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fuck you kind of day.
Oh dude, what? Yeah. I mean, apparently, so one of our regulars came in, and one of the other bartenders was helping them across the bar, and he looked over at me. He's like, "Hey man, is Caleb okay?" He said he turns around. He said, "I'm looking at the whiskey shelf like this." And I stood there for about roughly 2 minutes, apparently. I do not recall this at all, which is the scary part. I don't recall this at all. He turns and he's like, oh, he's fine. And then he said he goes and helps about 3 or 4 more customers from what he remembers. Turns around. I'm still staring at the shelf.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I look to my side like this. There's like a little side table right here. There's a bottle of whiskey. I just grabbed it and started pouring it. Didn't even grab anything off the shelf. I don't remember any of this at all. I remember some parts of the night, but don't remember any of that.
My boy's subconscious was meanwhile in the back like, oh man, shit, what a compelling set of bottles are up there.
Oh, I really don't remember staring at it for that long. That's the scary part.
Yeah, that is the scary part. Bro, you gotta be careful, man.
Oh no, this story doesn't end right
there.
See, I'm learning that now. Hey, it's never too late to learn.
You just said that doesn't end there.
Oh no, the story doesn't end there.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, no. So I had a final in the morning, right?
Mhm.
So I'm thinking like you shouldn't sleep with a concussion, right? No, obviously not, right? So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and just go get me some food, go to the library, study a little bit. Finals at like 7:30 in the morning. It's like
Yeah.
3 a.m. right now. I'll be
Yeah.
fine, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
You-
parked in that garage and fell asleep. I parked. I parked in the garage and fell asleep. Or woke up. It was like maybe 7 o'clock. I was like, damn, I have my final in about maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Oh no.
I had to pay the fucking ticket, too. That was the fucked up part. I had to pay the parking ticket. I'm like, I didn't have to. So as soon as I stood up, I just threw up immediately. I was like, I am very concussed. And I have a final in 45 minutes that I have not studied for. And I just woke up with a concussion.
It's like college life, bro.
Oh, bro, I'm just like, dog. Life. I'm out here. I just did not know what I was doing to myself at all. But we're better now. We're better now.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, no. I ended up. I think I passed.
Did you?
Yes.
Damn.
I drove there, took the final, passed it, then drove to the hospital. just went straight to the hospital, bro. I get in the hospital and I'm like talking to them and they're like, "You drove here?" I'm like, "Yes, I did drive here." They're like, "Do I need to stand up?" Like, no, do not stand up. We're gonna get you a wheelchair, dude.
We're gonna get
I'm
you a
like, do I really need that much? I was like, dude, the way you're talking to me this slowly, yes. I'm like, am I really that messed up? It's like, I see in your eyes, you are not on Earth right now. I'm like, oh.
You're not even making eye contact. You're looking past the person.
Dude, they literally put me in the back in a room and just closed the door for like good 10 minutes and just had to call somebody to come get me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
I was living life on the edge
Yeah.
of death.
My boy was living that Evel Knievel kind of lifestyle.
A little too much.
Hitting that fucking mindset.
All for school and a job, which is crazy. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then, like, after that, I quit bartending. Maybe about 3 months later.
It's just rough, man. It's that night lifestyle. Like, you gotta be able to keep up with it. Like yes, you can definitely get in some day shifts, which is super awesome, dude. Because then you have the night for yourself, but then you're awake that whole night anyway. But you can get shit done around your house.
Every now and then, day shift don't really hit like that with bartending, though.
Yeah, no, yeah, because you have that like night owl mindset. So like when nighttime hits, you're still gonna be awake, man. You're still gonna be doing things, but you just don't have to be behind the bar.
And see, I mainly worked at night. I mean, well, what was the earliest you've bartended during the day?
I've opened.
Okay.
But opening for us was around like I want to say like 2 p.m. So yeah, it would be like 2 p.m. and I'd just be there until around I want to say until about like 8.
Oh, that's not bad.
So
at
yeah,
all.
that's not bad at all, man. You just do a little opening things here and there, but because it's at 2 o'clock, I'm still getting to sleep in during the morning, and even if I wake up at 1, I'm like, oh shit, I just grab my car keys and go, man. It's fine.
Oh no, there were times where I literally worked both jobs the same day. I mean, multiple times, like week after week, and then had school had class the same morning. Go to first job, boom, turn around, go to the second job. And I turn around and look back, and I'm like, what did I do all this for?
You're like, do I really want this? Did I do this to myself?
Bro, and then I realized I see how like just we got here now. I'm like, damn, life's good. Life is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You kind of like look back on it. You're like, oh wow, it's gotta be nice to not fucking hate myself like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought I was doing some shit with my life too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like everyone goes through that stage in life where they're just like, I can do everything. I can do everything in front of me and say yes to every single thing.
I'm learning to say no.
No, dude. No.
No.
You gotta take care of number 1.
Uno.
Yeah.
Uno.
No.
No.
Uno.
Yes.
Bro, that game's kind of weird.
The card game?
Yeah.
Maybe how many times you played?
I actually haven't played it a whole lot. Not super big into it. I like Jenga.
That's why I asked.
I like Jenga.
Because some people play like Uno religiously. Like my old roommate in college, bro. Oh my god, he came when he came to school. He had brought his Uno cards with him. Like it was one thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so he's competitive with it too.
Yeah. Yeah, some people definitely are. My ex used to carry a deck of cards with her,
Mm.
and also a deck of Flux cards. I don't know if you ever played Flux before, but it's this kind of like build 'em kind of card game where you just build up your hand and then like set cards down and like different things happen. It's kind of fun. Flux is super fun.
What is it similar to? Like you name a game that's like that it resembles kind of.
Shoot, man, I can't for the life of me think of anything else that it resembles.
Flux.
Flux.
You said you set cards down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you set cards down and you have like characters and items, and they'll do different things. You have to collect some of those cards to like win the game and stuff. But you can interchange them because they have all these different versions of Flux. Like they have like zombie Flux, they have like Marvel Flux, they have DC Flux, they have like just bird Flux. I don't know. They have all these kind of weird, cool versions. But yeah, she used to keep a deck with her. Constantly, and then whenever I hung out with her family, I learned that they play that shit religiously.
Really?
And they are good at it too. I completely forgot how to play it because now that's been a part of my life that I've just blocked out.
Oh, dude, don't worry. We can go to Google real quick. We'll see.
And look up Flux.
Yeah, look up. See
I didn't even notice my boy's got his little.
Oh, dude, I got
ready
the
to
setup
go.
right here and everything, bro.
Yeah, my boy's like, if I need to do some research.
Oh, you know, we got
So
everything
it's Flux
set up.
FLUXX.
Flux FLUXX. Let
That
me
is
see. if I
correct,
can-
mundo, Mr. Sir.
Let's see. Did I still have it open?
Sorry if you catch all that smoke flying by. I'm just addicted.
That's how it be sometimes, man. Oh,
Yeah, it's happy.
never mind. I don't think I have it.
Work for a really cool job, but the
Up
only
right
drawback,
now.
get a nicotine addiction.
That is the only drawback I will say.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, it's I've watched a podcast about nicotine actually.
Mhm.
I wasn't able to actually pull it up. I didn't have the window set up.
Tisk, 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 Mr.
But yeah,
Sir.
hey, if you know what Flux is, leave it in the comments real quick or something like
But
that.
man, I got you right now, bro.
Oh.
Now that I have
I at
my
least want
life crisis.
I want the people to be able to see. You know what? I can go back and edit.
Can you?
I can't go back and edit.
Okay.
I should get better at it anyway.
Why am I asking you that? Of course you can edit. You're doing this on the computer.
Exactly.
You're using the technology.
See, and here's the thing about technology, bro. You know how many hoops I've had to jump through when it comes to computers alone?
Oh no, dude, I can definitely understand because I'm not computer savvy myself. I can do a lot of different things, but I'm just not good with tech, man. I get the very basic gist, and I love when you guys show me new things because I'm like, oh my god.
I forget that we're like slightly a generation separated.
Just slightly, not horribly so, but just slightly enough
Mhm.
that you can kind of tell some differences.
Well, I remember we talked about when you went to that Afroman concert and you saw like a huge difference between, and you didn't know if it was necessarily generationally
Mhm.
or just necessarily culturally, I guess. But you go ahead and say it the best way because it's your story about the Afroman concert when how you were. While you were watching it, you just noticed everybody else had their phones out recording it.
Yeah, it's just it was kind of an interesting thing because when I started going to concerts, in that point in my life, I didn't have my like a phone to just have. So at that point, since I was going to concerts with my best friends and stuff, we would just enjoy the concert. Just sit there and watch what was happening in front of us, and our hands were either in our pockets or on some other dude's backs because we were moshing against ourselves. But I noticed later on, as smartphones became more of a regular thing, you just see lit up screens in a crowd way more regularly, and to me that's a weird form to enjoy art, and music is art, just like many other forms of art, but that's a different conversation. Anyway, it seems weird to me, and that's not me judging them. It's just me making an observation, and if that's how they want to enjoy it and look back on it, that is totally awesome, man. I may take a clip, just a quick little one, maybe a picture, just so that I can look back on it a year from now and be like, oh yeah, I went to the Afroman concert. But otherwise, I would much more rather sit there and actually enjoy it, like feel what's around me, than to capture it in a screen. To me, it has more value to capture it in my memories.
Now that you say that, I kind of think about, in a sense, going to like a sports game or something like that and recording the game. And how weird that would be.
See, to me, that's also weird to me. And
Yeah.
to me, that has the same feel as, well, why don't you just sit in your living room and watch it on a TV? Because, like, you're watching it in a screen so that you can record it instead of actually watching the game in front of you. Like,
No,
just watch the game.
I'll say every now and then you'll get like one of those cool recordings, like say you record a touchdown. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you record something that's cool, but I would say, like, from what you were talking about, in that same, like, kind of just, what's the word I'm looking for? Equivalency. Of just, like, instead of, like, recording a whole entire concert, because people will have the phone out the whole entire time. And just sitting there at a football game with the, like, at a middle school game, I can see if it's, like, your kid or something. You know what I'm saying?
And, of course, there are, like...
But professional, you know what I'm saying?
There are definitely differences in how some people might think about that and how they might respond to how I feel about it. But, there are definitely situations where you could catch something really badass, something that happens that just you would not be able to tell somebody else or have proof of it if you didn't have the fucking video in front of you.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think it just, for me, it's really just a personal preference kind of thing where I'm just like, I'd much rather just live through that experience. Like, even if it's something amazing that's not gonna happen again and I'm gonna have to get a video of it from somebody else, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
I mean, it might come back after a while and hit you again, you know what I'm saying? Even like that's how memories work sometimes. You just like, you might hear like a certain, like, you might hear a song or something, it might put you right back in that spot. And
I'm actually glad that you say something like that, because something I do for kind of like core memory things, like things that I really want to remember, I'll associate them with certain things, like a smell or a taste. Like, I don't know why, but I have the entirety of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, like the first one, just fully associated with incognito flavored Doritos. It is just like a very specific flavor. Have you ever had them?
Incognito flavor?
They're like nice and tangy. They have this. They have a couple of like a bit of spice behind it, but they're mostly just tangy, not like limey tangy, but just spice. I don't know. They're weird. They have a lot of flavor packed behind it, and they are fantastic. But yeah, I cannot watch the Lord of the Rings in any way, shape, or form without thinking incognito Doritos.
Incognito Doritos.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just do that with a lot of things.
I've had a lot of flavors of Doritos, but not ever the incognito flavor.
Letting the team down, man.
See, there's so many different directions I wanted to go with that topic.
And I took it to the Doritos.
No. I'm thinking like, on one hand, I'm thinking like, damn, like synesthesia. Like, you've heard of synesthesia and like how people like they'll hear sounds or they'll hear colors or like see sounds and stuff like that. And then I'm thinking about like the podcast I did when I talked about how music is a form of time travel. And then I'm also thinking like, damn, Atson be always putting me on some good ass snacks. like always, like, bro, the banana milk you put me on,
brother, man. Banana milk.
milk.
Yeah, if you guys haven't tried banana milk, do yourself a favor and try some banana milk.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
And then that same week, I went to my grandma's house and she had banana milk. It was crazy. I was like, where's everybody getting banana milk from?
Bro, the meme already knows, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
She already knows.
That's what I'm saying. Like, banana milk is like, imagine like essentially like almond milk but banana.
Yeah, it has this really nice sweet creaminess behind it, not a nutty creaminess. It's really nice. It's very nice and easy, but definitely not as sweet as like vanilla flavored milk or like strawberry or chocolate. It's kind of different. It's really nice. It's honestly very pleasant.
Yeah, banana milk. What else do you put me on to? You put me on to a few things.
Yeah, I know I've definitely shared a few snacks. I don't know, man. I love snacking. Like, I know I shouldn't, and I'm trying to, live forever. I'm trying to take my vitamins daily so that I can live eternally, as one does.
Back in the gym.
Yeah, back at the gym. I'm trying to
get your
your
physical prowess back.
Yeah, I'm trying to look like the Prowler, like Spider-Man and stuff.
Oh.
Slim, Kaluga. Anyway, but I love snacking, dude. I love not taking care of my body.
I mean, it kind of goes with like we're both late night people.
Yeah.
And late nights go hand in hand with snacking.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But there's same thing with that. Like there's so many like unhealthy things in junk food that's like I've had to really cut back on it. Even then, like just find substitutes. Like for instance, I don't eat Doritos like as much anymore.
Yeah.
Because they have just so much extra stuff in them.
Yeah.
And so I'll just substitute it for like for instance, they have those air fried kettle chips, and the air fried ones are healthier and they're good as fuck.
I mean, if you get an air fryer, bro, you can make them, bro.
I could.
You can make your own little Doritos, make your own little cheese dust, and then
I have a homie that makes his my homie Kyle. I've done podcasts with Kyle on here. He makes his homemade tortilla chips.
That is fantastic. That means that he knows how to make tortillas.
Yes.
Homemade.
Well, he does. Last time I went over there, don't want to put all his secrets out there like that. But I would say if you wanted to go make your own, tortilla chips at home, I would just get the uncooked tortillas from the whatever cool section of your local grocery store, and then just put some oil in a pot and fry them hoes up and put some salt on them. That's really it, bro. Just kind of keep an eye on them. That's it. Don't burn your chips. That's about it.
That's hilarious. I totally get what you mean, man. I found that now that I'm trying to take better care of myself, so that so that I can live forever. Immortality. Yeah.
Yes.
What a wonderful thing that would be. I started also doing some substitutes. I have been just so long now without drinking soda. I just drink mineral water instead. I find that the crunchies in there give me that. It scratches that itch.
You call it crunchies?
Oh yeah, the static water.
Not the fizzies.
Not the fizzies.
Not
the
the
crunchies.
The crunchies.
The crunchies.
I wouldn't. You describe water as crunchy?
Bro, it's just.
Wait, hold on. You describe water as crunchy? Hold on.
It's got a little static behind it. It's
staticky. Yes, I can go with staticky.
But not crunchy.
But crunchy water.
Bro, it's crunchy water.
Crunchy water.
Yeah, because as soon as you start sipping some mineral water or even some soda, that carbonation is like pop, 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 pop. It's like crunchy in your mouth, bro. It's like Pop Rocks.
You're talking like Topo Chico level? Because
Topo Chico is very, very carbonated.
That's what I'm saying. I never burp more of a belt. That's a belch when you drink a Topo Chico.
Do you think you could chug a bottle of Topo Chico without burping?
Hell no.
Do you think
that's unhealthy? That would be unhealthy.
You ever seen those videos of people that try to do that? That try to just chug a whole thing of mineral water without burping, and then
that air is gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
You're either gonna it's either gonna go at the other side or it's gonna come back up.
Oh, dude, the burps that come out of it are gnarly.
Dog.
Oh, they are.
That's why I say they're
demonic.
Those are belches, bro. Those are not burps.
They're just creating little mini quakes.
That's what I'm saying. Because you feel it's like the same way with chugging a beer or something.
Yeah.
You ever because we're living in a college town for most of my life. Shotgunning beers is rather naturally to me. I'll say that. So yeah, I've had those times where your body fills up with carbonation and you just need to. I do not recommend this at all. Yeah. Yeah,
chugging carbonated drinks is it seems like fun, but the burp that comes after it is not that fun. But it could be.
You feel like a watery balloon, basically.
Yeah, like a little blip.
Exactly. It's like a mix of a water balloon with a regular balloon. Yes, because you have all the carbonation in you, but it's all sloshing around too.
A carbon balloon.
Yes, a carbon water balloon. A crunchy water balloon.
Crunchy balloon.
A crunchy balloon.
It's a crunchy balloon.
Oh, what was we talking about? Snacks.
We were
music,
talking about
time travel.
In time travel, yeah.
Yes, but wait, snacks, substitutes. Let's go there.
No. Go. That's really it. I mean, find substitutes for your bad snacks. They are.
Or even
there are better options.
I say all this, bro, but the shit I eat on a regular basis is just to get through the day. Is because I'm also I don't want to spend a lot of time. I don't want to spend a lot of time cleaning from cooking.
That is fair.
That is the thing. It's going along with just how my brain thinks about time. It's I gotta cook it, then I gotta clean the shit. Then if it's not clean, I'll be more mad at myself.
I find myself doing the same thing. I do that a lot, and because of that, I end up fucking myself over out of doing something that would have taken much less time. If I had just done it, than thinking about how long it would have taken me.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do the damn thing, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when I don't want to cook is because I'm like, well, I have to figure out what I want to cook to see if I have the ingredients for what I want. Then I have to get the dishes ready.
Mm-hmm.
Cook. Do dishes. Then eat.
Exactly.
But it's honestly not that bad.
And then I'm thinking I want to have enough for leftovers, but I just overthink so much with this shit. I'm like, then why am I cooking? Why am I cooking 4 chicken breasts? I'm one person.
My boy out here cooking for a whole family.
But I'm thinking
just you.
I'm thinking I like leftovers and shit because I wouldn't have to spend money throughout the week to get more stuff and then more cooking. And then if I eat out, I'm gonna be like, damn, this money could have gone towards some food that would last me 3 days.
See, that's why I
this is
really commend people that meal prep.
I don't know how I feel about meal prepping yet.
With my ex, she did some meal prepping, and it was pretty pretty good because we had a pretty decent variety because of the dishes that I would bring and the dishes that she would also bring to the table. So we'd have a kind of nice mixture. She'd be like, okay, cool. We're having these, and these days. And then we're having these, and these. I'm telling you, man, when her organization was on point, that shit was clean. But like,
that is part of a woman's touch. She brings a little bit of organization to your life, I will say. But no, see, I'll say that. But like the latest meal prep I did was getting two big jumbo pizzas, just so I wouldn't have to go eat anything else for the rest of the week.
Sometimes you have to, and then you just put it in a Ziploc bag, and then you have pizza for like 3, maybe 4 days if you freeze it.
Well, like, cause I'm thinking like the days when I have to like work late at work and stuff like that, and I get 30 minutes to come home. So I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna throw 2 pieces of pizza in the microwave and call it a night. You know what I mean? Just to get through the night.
So I find that what I do sometimes is I'll have tuna made at home so that I can make myself a nice little tuna Sammy for lunch.
Okay.
And then I'll have some of that for when I get home late at night.
You say tuna made, so I'm assuming you mean with mayo and onions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not the sad boy tuna. It's a good boy tuna.
They can't have no sad boy tuna here,
No,
dog.
no. When it's like late at night, I'm definitely not having sad boy tuna. Which sad boy tuna is just tuna barely drained and like a very light dollop of mayonnaise, and that's it.
That is sad boy tuna.
That is some sad boy tuna.
Do not eat sad boy tuna.
Sometimes I've had to have that, like especially if I'm running late. I'm like, damn it, I need to
sustenance.
get lunch. Yeah, I need to feed myself. And it's quite a sad sandwich, but it gets the job done. No, good boy tuna is good. It's got all the kind of goodies in there. You know, some onions, some tomatoes, some jalapeno.
You put tomatoes and jalapenos in your tuna? Really?
I do. Yeah, I dice up the jalapenos and the onions and tomatoes, and then I just have them kind of on the side. I'll drain the fuck out of that tuna when I have the time, and then I'll add some lemon juice to re-moisturize it. But it also gives it flavor. Then I'll do some light mayo. Then I'll do my veggies on the side. If I do have mushrooms or like a can of mixed veggies, I'll also throw that in there.
Is this all on one tuna sandwich, or is this all mixed together?
No, it's all mixed together, man.
Okay, good.
And because of that, it creates way more tuna, but you use like a very minimal amount of things. Like I use 1 can of tuna, 1 tomato, like half of an onion, 1 jalapeno.
I'm thinking of the jalapeno with the tuna. Like that would.
It's good, bro.
That would. I'm something.
It's good. It brings a lot of flavor, and I mean, like if you can handle the jalapeno, bro, go for it. Sometimes I'll do a serrano pepper. Ooh, boy,
serrano peppers are hotter than jalapenos, right?
Oh yeah.
We talked about peppers the other day too.
I think we did.
You talked about not the ghost pepper, the Carolina Reaper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I had some cheese that was I want to say laced. It was infused.
No,
with some
Carolina Reaper. This shit is laced with Carolina Reaper, bro. Fuck that.
It had some Carolina Reaper in it, and I mean the cheese itself in that sandwich was fantastic. But the heat, oh my god. And my tummy was quite unhappy for the rest of that day.
And you're Hispanic, so like
a little bit, yeah.
So I mean, like
mostly, kinda. I mean, sometimes.
Every now and then. Wednesdays.
When it's fitting.
Burrito platter days.
We never got that.
You always tell me about burrito platter.
Burrito, bro. You know how dope a burrito platter would be? Like a sombrero shaped platter with a bunch of burritos on there.
That's what I'm waiting for.
No happiness for us.
Hey man, it comes and goes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a fleeting feeling. I don't think we should find our happiness in burritos though.
Bro, if there is anything that you should find happiness in, burritos is a really good option.
You're not wrong though.
Oh yeah.
What about tacos?
Tacos are pretty good. I like tacos. I really like street tacos, like genuine street Mexican tacos, because they're so small. You can just eat a whole one in one bite if you have, the bite for it. But
that is very true.
They are fantastic.
You have to have a bigger bite for that. It depends on what kind of tacos you get. Like the quesadilla tacos, those are some big tacos.
Yeah, the ones I'm talking about come in these like the tortillas like about that size.
The actual street tacos.
No, yeah. And then they just do that nice double layer. They'll do they'll kind of fry up some of that tortilla, and then you get your meat, your cilantro, your onion, bro. You get some salsa and some lime on that, bro. You are good.
See, that's why I need to go back to getting out of the city more and stuff like that. Like going to places like even like a place like Austin, where I can just go enjoy street food and just small little sights and sounds and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do like that out of Austin. Austin has some fantastic tacos, dude.
Yeah, tacos, even just any kind of street food,
Yeah.
honestly.
That Austin was actually the first place where I got to try uh pork belly. And that dude, it was the best way to try pork belly.
I
It was in a burger, and it had a pico with it. Had some nice avocado on there, bro. It got some grilled jalapenos. It was a bacon cheeseburger. It was a massive burger too, because it also had a fried egg on there, and then they topped it with some pork belly, and then just closed that shit up. It was phenomenal, bro. It was actually so good. I had to go back the second day, like at the day after, and be like, "Hey, man, I need another burger, bro. Like, I need another burger stat."
that good?
It was good.
See, people have told me so many places about like small, like hole in the wall places like that. There was a chicken sandwich place over in Houston, bro. It had coleslaw on the chicken sandwich, right?
Love coleslaw, bro.
Yeah. See, some people don't.
I know.
It depends, though. Did you like sweet coleslaw? Because I don't know what kind of like.
Okay, so so I found that I don't apparently have the right idea of coleslaw when people ask me if I like sweet coleslaw. What do you think sweet coleslaw is?
The one that has like, if you know what I'm talking about, it's like the one that it's all like has a little bit of like runny kind of drippy like sauce to it.
Like just a regular white one, kind of like the one that KFC has.
Yeah, like a normal one. Like
Okay,
that.
so that's like normal ass coleslaw. Okay,
I'd rather eat just chopped up cabbage by itself.
I mean, I don't know, man. That kind of coleslaw is pretty good to me. Like, it could be less runny, but I mean, it's okay.
I don't like the sweet. It just doesn't go well for me. It's just something about it just is off. Now, I will say, coleslaw that I prefer, even like I'll make it sometimes if I just need a quick coleslaw, mayo, lime juice, garlic, pepper, a little bit of salt.
It's a pretty nice, easy coleslaw.
A little bit of tang to it, you know what I'm saying? I like a tangy coleslaw, you know? I'm not really with the sweet coleslaw. If I'm eating vegetables, I'm not expecting sweet.
Okay, so I got a little bit of a weird one for you.
Yep.
So when I was working with the bees, I got to make a lot of odd recipes, and one that I was constantly requested to make was the chipotle coleslaw. Yes, and I would use the like the red cabbage head, and I would shred up some carrots, cut up a couple of onions, do some lime juice, do some garlic, salt, pepper. I think I already said lime juice.
Yes.
Because I was working with the bees, I would also add like some honey onto the recipe, and then I would just add a can of chipotles on there, man. I would try to keep it mostly with the adobo that comes in the chipotles. So what I would have to do is I'd have to kind of cut up the actual chipotle peppers. But honestly, they're really great for cooking too. You can do a lot of things with chipotle peppers, bro. They're not that spicy either.
Yeah, but I say, so the Carolina Reaper is the spiciest pepper.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the spiciest pepper. It's the spiciest I've had.
What's the 10 most spiciest peppers then? That would be a Google question.
That would be a Google question.
Hold on.
And luckily, I'm not an expert of
spiciest peppers. Have you ever watched Joe Rogan before?
I've watched clips here and there.
I'm about to say, you know the guy that does all of his, like, Jamie? Like, he pulls up all the stuff, like, on the feed or anything. Basically, I'm my own Jamie right now.
You need a guy in the chair.
See, I say that, but I probably just need a better setup. Hey, upgrades coming soon, baby. Just wait.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it says, from sources across the web, Carolina Reaper is first up there.
Oh, shit.
Ghost pepper, cayenne pepper, habanero pepper, Trinidad Moruga scorpion.
That's scorpion pepper?
Yes. Let me see. Is there actually... Yeah, here. Pepperhead.com. Here we go.
Pepperhead.
Yeah, there we go. 10 hottest peppers in the world. Carolina Reaper, number 1. Let's see. Trinidad Moruga scorpion, yes. Straight from the depths of hell. The Trinidad Scorpion Moruga blend, a.k.a. Moruga Scorpion, is a rare sought-after pepper that is only just recently discovered. Really?
Nice.
Native to the lands of Moruga and Trinidad and Tobago. Once you take a bite of this formidable pepper, the heat never stops building.
Oh.
The pepper may be lacking the Reaper's stinger, but don't let that fool you. It's every bit as hot as the red pepper.
Well, shit.
The 7-pot Douglas. We renown in the pepper community as one of the hottest peppers with the best flavor.
Ooh, spicy, and it has a good flavor.
And has a good flavor.
See, that's what I learned that I like in hot food more. I like
Mm.
when, or in hot sauces. I like when the sauce is, yes, hot, but it also tastes good. Like if
Mhm.
it's just hot for the sake of being hot, I'm not gonna be interested into it.
Mhm. See, like that's like the pot primo right here. Distinctive because it has a very long, skinny tail like that right there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Was created by horticulturalist Troy Primo.
that looks like an aggressive pepper, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Looks like
Like,
an angry
like
pepper.
it'll sting you. Like, some peppers cultivators have tried to replicate the primo look by breeding their own peppers to have a long stinger. It literally says stinger. When you look at this pepper, you know it's going to be insanely hot. Coincidentally, looks strikingly similar to the Carolina Reaper.
Kind of looks like a bumblebee,
A little bit.
like a little red bumblebee
You know?
as a pepper.
I'll edit in a video for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's see. And then Trinidad Scorpion Butch Tea. That one's more of a. That looks like a spicy pepper.
That looks like a gumdrop with a tail.
Low key, hold on. It has the previous Guinness World Record from Australia. It's an Australian pepper.
I have the Guinness World Record for line because I have none.
Lying? Oh my God.
I have no Guinness
Have
record.
you told any truths on this podcast at all?
I mean, hey, no, come on now. Maybe.
Did you even really work with bees? You did work with bees. I know. No. Stay right there.
Okay.
You're gonna confess for your crimes.
My crimes of lying.
Yes, on the Caleb Jackson podcast.
Oh, that is Angry Bear.
No.
Way Angry Bear.
There are no angry bears in my podcast.
Just where you gotta put like a Angry Bear on the screen.
No. Well, I need to find an edit for that. That'd be a great edit.
Just
A
like,
gar.
"Rawr."
A garar.
Garrar.
Yes.
Garrar.
The shit we do at work is insane.
I'm sorry.
So ghost pepper is a 7, and then we'll just swallow it. We'll just stop at that.
So the Carolina.
I
What
said,
the fuck?
I
just
said
happened?
swallow. I said swallow because there was a video that said of a kid swallowing a ghost pepper.
That sucks.
Yeah. I don't
So the
wanna see
Carolina
this.
Reaper is the hottest one.
Apparently yes.
Okay, well, never mind. So I did have the hottest pepper in some cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fantastic cheese.
The red Savina habanero. You heard of that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Great flavor and extreme heat. So you said you're more for the flavor with your peppers.
Yeah. There's this pepper that my mom cooks with a lot, and it also brings out a lot of peppers. It's like a chile de árbol. It's like a little chili that comes from like tree. It's kind of what it basically translates to. But it's this tiny little red pepper. Usually can buy like old dried out, so it's not fresh like jalapeno peppers. That shit's hella dry, but you can cook with it, and you can cook some delicious things with it, man.
So I'm getting more into cooking. Again, going back to the cleaning thing.
Good.
Because, like, you just find, like, I found Pinterest to be very easy to find nice recipes. But really, it's just kind of just those getting those really, it's kind of a creative juice kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I find that TikTok has been kind of TikTok. I kind of find that TikTok has been my sort of nice standpoint for cooking recipes. I kind of like seeing what some other people make, man. Like some people are very, very creative with some of the things they do, and I love watching some of the dishes that are made and how people approach them. It's kind of really nice. It definitely gets my own ideas flowing. That's actually kind of how I learned to make my own homemade cheese, which is why I don't really buy queso fresco from the store anymore, because I can just make it.
You make your own cheese
Mm-hmm.
with, like, cheesecloth and everything.
Yeah. Have a cheesecloth.
Okay.
I actually use a cheesecloth to also infuse honey. So I use it to kind of like breathe out some of the things that I need, like the honey, after I infuse it with certain things like herbs or fruits, things like that. And just whenever I need to remove all the other debris, I'll just use a cheesecloth to get the honey out. It's actually really nice. That's how I ended up with a really nice batch of blackberry honey, and it was
So
boy
blackberry
howdy.
honey and then honey cheese.
Yeah.
Honey in the cheese.
Yeah, you can put honey in your cheese.
What? Yeah. I didn't know this. Yeah. That would be a bomb ass breakfast sandwich.
Brother, man.
So how do you make like a provolone cheese?
How do I make provolone cheese?
Yeah,
I don't know how to make provolone cheese.
Oh, I was about to say, like, so what kind of cheese do you make? Queso fresco?
Yeah, I can make queso fresco cheese, which is just a nice crumbly cheese. It goes great on like rice and tacos and stuff like that. I also know how to make Oaxaca cheese, which is basically just mozzarella, but it's kind of like the Mexican version
Mm-hmm.
of it. It's really nice, very nice and stringy, very melty. And I'm trying to learn how to make Munster cheese because I really like Munster cheese.
Monster cheese is the one that's yellow and white.
Yeah, it's a little orangey.
Okay. Is it like cheddarish or is it?
No, dude, it is definitely not cheddar at all. It tastes different. It tastes very very different.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I know everybody really likes their own kind of cheeses, like American, Colby Jack, Pepper Jack. I totally cool with that, but Munster cheese though,
I don't know. I think I've been always scared to try new cheeses.
you should do it.
See, the cheeses I can name right now got cheddar, American, Monterey Jack or Pepper Jack. It's the same thing
Yeah.
essentially.
Whoa,
Whoa.
that was me.
Excuse me.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
I apologize.
It's all good.
Yes.
I use a lot of provolone.
Provolone is good. Provolone
It's
is
very
good cheese.
melty.
Yeah,
It's best for sandwiches.
it's really good for grilled cheeses.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never tried that.
I
I have. Take that back.
we used to keep provolone in Sleepy Bear.
No.
Angry Sleepy Bear.
No.
We used to keep provolone and Munster cheese stocked a lot when we would make grilled cheese. So yeah, man, I definitely used to make a lot of really nice combination with that. Pretty good stuff. I think you should try it, man. I definitely used to not allow myself to try newer things.
Mm.
I don't know. I think it was both a mixture of like being afraid to try something new and not liking it, and also just wasting money on things that I'm probably not gonna end up liking. But I think at some point I just kind of hit a solid fucking mentality, man.
Mm.
So now if I see something new, I'm like, huh, look at that. Let's try it.
Mm.
Let's see what it's like. And I do that with a lot of things, man. Like not just food. I do it with a lot of things.
I need to get more like that. Saying, nah, fuck it, let's try it.
I mean, it does come with its drawbacks to have that sort of mindset. But
Mhm.
I mean, other than that, you do get a lot of new experiences. You do get a lot of insight into certain new things. But mostly, it's just kind of nice whenever you are sitting there looking at something, deciding whether or not if you should fucking do it.
Mm.
And I don't know, dude. Your mind just goes into this weird, like train wreck of a situation, and you're just like, you know what?
Let's do it.
Fuck it. Why not, man?
You know?
Like, let's just do it.
I'll say the first time I put provolone on a grilled cheese. It wasn't necessarily grilled cheese. It was back when I first started like getting stoned and shit. And then I would go home and have George Foreman press.
Whoa, man.
Yes.
That's fancy.
So yeah, I had a
That's fancy.
nice little panini press. And
Oh,
I'll put,
shit, son.
dude, I'll put like pepperoni, just 2 regular slices of white bread, pepperonis, provolone, and just press it down. And that's why I used to go in on 2 of those and a bowl of cereal.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh, dude.
I used to. So I have a waffle maker, like a pretty decently sized waffle maker.
Same.
And
You need a waffle maker in your life.
you need a waffle maker in your life.
Yeah.
I owned that for about, I want to say 6 to 7 months
Mm.
before I ever made a waffle in it.
Really?
Probably not even that. It was probably more like 5 to 6 months, dude. It's probably like 5 months. But yeah, I went way too long not making waffles on it. Instead, what I was doing is I was making it to make quesadillas. And I was also using it to like toast up my sandwiches, kind of like panini style.
Mhm.
But I would do that shit with the waffle maker. I was also heating up like cinnamon rolls in my waffle maker.
That actually
was
is a good idea.
Fantastic,
I was
dude.
about
That
to
was
say.
such a good way to enjoy cinnamon rolls.
That's
man.
That's a good one.
Like that with some hot chocolate, just
With hot
Dude.
chocolate. You dip your cinnamon rolls in hot chocolate.
yes. Not like hot cocoa. Not like hot cocoa, like how you're thinking, like the Swiss,
Mm.
whatever the fuck
Swiss
with the
Miss?
marshmallows. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't like that hot chocolate. I make the Mexican hot chocolate
Ah,
with the like tablet of cocoa.
abuelitas.
Yeah, the abuelita one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use the cocoa tablet. That thing is fantastic, dude. It's
Mm.
so much lighter. It's not as sweet.
I've had that one. I've had that one before,
It's good.
and that's the only way I make hot
It's
chocolate. Now
good,
I was
bro.
like, bro, I can't go back to like mixing
No,
fucking
dude.
this Swiss Miss or some shit like that.
It's just not the same, man.
Mm-mm.
It's not the
It's
same
really.
at all.
And I was like, someone made it for me one time, and I was like, oh, this is some hot chocolate. Like this is different.
It's definitely different. But
Wait,
yeah.
what about dipping cinnamon rolls in horchata?
So yeah, you see, I don't know about that because horchata is more a refreshing drink. I don't know about that.
Really?
And that's kind of funny because horchata has cinnamon in it.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking like it
all
would go.
horchata is just it's basically like rice and milk and cinnamon. That's all it is, and sugar.
I'll tell you what's because I went to my friend's brother's quinceañero
Mhm.
the other day, and they had what it. Someone told me what it was called, but it's like the horchata, but with the rice and like the pudding.
Mhm.
Do you know what it's called?
Yeah, it's just arroz con leche.
Arroz con leche. Yeah,
Yeah.
you told me.
Yeah, it's basically rice pudding. That's all it is.
Okay.
Uh,
The shit was good as fuck.
it's really fucking good,
dude.
man.
What like?
It's really good. Yeah,
It was amazing.
it's such a good treat, and it's a Mexican kid.
Mhm.
You know, you get to have that a lot. Like, you're well, what the fuck am I talking about? So as a Mexican kid, you know, I got to have that a lot with my mom. You know, like she would make it and stuff, and it's a really nice treat. And the cool thing about it is that you can have it either hot or cold.
Mhm.
Like it's totally cool either way. The only thing is that when it's cold, it just kind of chunky
lumps
and
up.
all together. Yeah.
Like very oatmeal-y.
Kinda, yeah. But I mean, it's just cold rice,
Mhm.
but it's sweet rice. It's
Oh, dude,
kind of
it's
nice.
good as fuck, cold or hot. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's honestly
recommend-
really good.
I was about to say, dude, does anywhere sell that?
I think HEB sells like the rice pudding cups.
Mm,
That
but
you
not
can get the cold ones.
not the cinnamon, like not like the authentic. Like,
I mean, yeah. It's
It
that.
is?
Yeah. I've seen them that they have like a dash of cinnamon on top of them.
hmm,
But yeah, you can just get it from the grocery store, dude.
hmm.
They are super good. I've also seen like ice pops of them made, but not in town. The only place I saw that was when I was living up in Colorado. There was this like little gas station that had just like rice pudding, like arroz con leche, fucking ice pops
Mhm.
in one of the freezers, and I got to try one. It's basically what you expect, man. Nice, cinnamony, milky, delicious,
Hmm.
and ice creamy.
Didn't I tell you always puts me on the good ass food?
Yeah.
Like, this is like your specialty at this point.
I love eating, bro. Like, food is definitely a good way to get some happiness really nice and quick.
Very true.
Yeah. Like, I'm definitely one of those people that I feel like you've caught me. I'm definitely one of those people that would like do a little dance or a little shimmy whenever something's really nice and tasty.
Oh, dude, you got to
Because like it's good, bro.
you feel the food.
feel
you
the
feel-
food.
It
bro.
invokes good feeling.
because it's art.
Yes.
Food can be art.
Mm. I think of everything as art in a
Delicious,
sense.
tasty art.
It's very
That you
tasty.
can. Rah, 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 rah.
Tasty bear.
Tasty.
Hungry bear.
Hungry.
Hungry bear.
You know what? Before I came over this way, I did tell you that I was having lunch, and I had a like a grilled chicken sandwich with the purpose of I'm gonna have this because that way I'm not gonna be hungry.
Mm-hmm. And now you're hungry.
And now I have a little bit of the hungries, but
Really?
that's okay.
What's for dinner tonight then?
That is a good question. I might make some ramen.
Okay, actual good ramen.
No, yeah, like actual good ramen.
Okay.
I
was about to say, I had
no, I
ramen.
stopped making instant ramen years ago. I only make my own ramen, and I just get some, raw noodles from the Asian store locally, and I do make my own broth, which is super easy, dude. Anyone can make their own broth. I just do some chicken stock, a little bit of sesame oil. Why am I blanking out? Some soy sauce. And I did get this jar of chili oil from the Asian store, and it is spicy. It is so spicy. It's no wonder it came in such a tiny bottle, because you only need the smallest amount to make a whole pot of broth just spicy. But yeah, I'll do that, and once I'm ready, I'll just drop my noodles, and if I want a soft boiled egg, I'll just drop that in the broth and take it out a couple of minutes after. Yeah.
So I've seen I need to indulge in food more than I've been thinking, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to find ways of indulging more into just life. You know what I mean? Besides just books, podcasting, and cause this is fun, but this is just kind of like a scratch the surface, I guess. You know what I mean? Like kind of a life thing, but more, like you said, like the depths and actually getting to experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Experiencing more depth of life.
Yeah. I think that's a really good thing to do with life and with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm talking about with food right now, but
yeah,
yes,
but that does definitely help you get to know a lot of really cool, fun ways to just enjoy your own time. And I don't know, man, just kind of be pretty content with what's going on right there in front of you.
And I told you your life path number 2 as well.
You said 5. Now you're
5.
changing your mind.
No, it's a 5. It
You
is definitely
just
a 5.
said 2.
No, I did not. Lies. It's a 5.
Caleb Jackson.
It's a 5. For real, for real. I did the math. It's a 5.
Plus 2 is 7.
It's
so
7.
Life path 7.
Maybe? Maybe. That one's also very, it would fit you, too. But I don't know. Because, I mean, there's only one number that your birthday adds up to, I guess.
Wait, what?
If you add them all together, they always come out to 5.
Like the year, date, and date?
Yeah, just take all the numbers individually and add them up until you get to one number. And it has to fall within the numbers of 1 through 9, and then 11, 22, and 33, because those are the only recognized numbers in the numerology.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that.
Essentially, yeah. That's why we have Google. Hold on.
Look at that. Google, our friend.
Google is our friend.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
I wouldn't say about AI.
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
We'll see what happens here in a year or two.
See, I'm still kind of on the verge, man. The VR stuff scared me. Like as soon as I put it on, I just something about seeing reality through a lens that's not real.
Yeah.
And
which again,
that's honestly everything we do in life, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, kind of thinking about it like that, it kind of does double back down to like how I feel about recording things rather than experience things.
Yeah.
VR has definitely gotten a huge jump in the last couple of decades, man. It's been interesting watching how it's grown, and I am both kind of excited to see how it goes, but also kind of terrified, dude. Like technology is advancing way fast.
And see, I remember like being on a VR. It was like a simulation thing of like a pendulum swinging, and I remember the thing swinging. I feel the wind going by my face, and my palms sweating because I'm like high up in there. I'm like, oh my god, and then like I take it off. I'm like, bro, you're just right here. And it's like, that's when you understand what mental health really is. But numerology, it's the study of mystical relationships between numbers, letters, and patterns. Also, in most methods of divination, numerology is a tool that is used to gain a deeper knowledge of the self, others, and how we relate to the world at large. Essentially.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, so basically it's like 3 main numbers in numerology. It's not 3 main numbers, but the master numbers are considered 11, 22, and 33. 33 being like the number that it's just like a very common recurring number throughout most religions.
Is that kind of how a whole lot of people have this kind of like meme but / not meme of the number to the universe being 42? Okay.
It's a mix of that, because if you add all the numbers together, I mean like number 42 has a number 6, and really just because the first 9 numbers just build on top of each other.
Yeah. Essentially.
And the master numbers being 11, 22, and 33. Because you can add those back together and it'd be a 2, 4, and a 6.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm looking into like geometry and stuff, and how geometry, it's not the study of shapes, it's the study of how things connect. Yes. When I thought I started thinking about it like that, I just, especially with chess too, because we see my chessboard and everything, I started seeing like the geometry on the board. I'm like, okay, that to that, make basically that. Yeah. But you have to get the move. That's the thing about chess, is a whole nother thing. But let me stay on topic for what I'm talking about. Numerology. Numbers. Yes. And it's all just essentially, I see it as like, oh, the day you were born. It's not necessarily a thing of as much of individuality, because you got to remember there's only 12 life path numbers to go around for everybody on Earth. So obviously people are going to have the same life path number as you. Same way with like astrology and stuff. There's obviously going to be the same. People are going to be also Pisces or Scorpios, or there's always going to be people just like it. But then you have the other layers of like other planets and stuff with the astrology book I have and stuff. You have the other planets that are layered in there. Essentially I see it as like looking at the universe, or looking at our solar system from like above view, and then like right the second you were born, it's like, because that's the first time light touches you. And so like imagine all the light everything converging right there to create life as you know it.
That's hmm. Hmm.
I realized that I don't believe in astrology at all either. I give it credence because of its accuracy from what I've seen, but I also know it's highly accurate bullshit. And then
Yeah.
also to go with that, it's not as much of something to believe in because there's no real solid grounds or framework to it
Right. Right.
from
Right.
what we know on a scientific level.
Right.
But at the same time, it's a great conversation starter.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a fun thing to talk about, and it's kind of one of those things like because you can tie it into religion, you can tie it into mythology, you can tie it into just a little bit of everything of how we live our daily lives.
Oh yeah, dude, that's definitely very, very true. There's a lot of people out there that make some very interesting and well in-depth stories, or not stories, sorry, studies on topics that they don't even fucking believe in, dude. I think I told you a few days back that when I was in school, I did multiple projects on religion and the mythology of angels, even though I believe zero parts of it. But just the whole mythology behind it, the way that people felt and thought about these things, it's kind of interesting to watch just how much of a ripple effect this particular thing has had for so long. That to me is interesting as shit, dude. Because I see religion as not necessarily as like an annoying thing around me. It's more of a what an interesting concept people clung on to and just refuse to let go because it offers them some sort of serenity to some of the worries that they have about life in the grand scale. It's interesting and it's just so thought provoking to kind of think of how people in the past felt on this, like how they saw this and they were like, "This is it."
What you said about just getting through life was the biggest part. You know,
Yeah,
it's kind of a just answers to the questions that we just really can't ever answer.
yeah, I feel like this is just my own personal opinion from taking the time to think on it. I feel as there was a point in time for human history where there was so much fear and so much uncertainty about things, and then religion kind of came in, and it offered that solidarity, or not that solidarity, it offered that path towards answers, towards having some sort of peace within that people at the time just did not have. Some way to process things that people at the time were not able to healthily deal with. And religion sort of offered them that, and in a way was sort of a band-aid for their worries. But that band-aid just never came off, man. They just kept stacking band-aids on top of that.
And more band-aids.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of where we're sitting at. We just have way too many fucking band-aids and not looking what's underneath to see if it's like things are okay now. And I feel like now where we're at in human history, we definitely have the mental maturity and the why am I blanking out, dude? Talking in a podcast is kind of hard.
Mental maturity.
Mental maturity and self-awareness
Okay,
enough
yeah.
to, deal with things in a more healthy way that would allow them to not need the crutch of faith. And again, no offense to anyone that is religious. This is just my own personal opinion on how I think about it.
Well, even then, like, I've had my own personal beliefs about that. Having grown up in, like, church and stuff like that, and then living life. Well, also not that, but just the first instance I had, which I ever thought of, like, this can't be just it,
Yeah.
was whenever, because I had friends of all different religions, races, all different walks of life, and I was thinking, like, if this, from what they tell me in church, if this is the way, the truth, and this is the only way you can reach any kind of enlightenment, how are these people believing in something different and living a life that is just satisfactory, that most people will call satisfactory, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I realized, I was like, it's not a bad thing to believe in necessarily, but I feel, I'll say at time I feel like a lot of this is just, it's not bad, but it's not necessarily all that there is.
Yeah, I would definitely back that. I have found after growing up Catholic that The problem with religion that I find is that it's not, you can't inherit your faith in religion. It has to be learned. And growing up surrounded and overwhelmed by this kind of thing around me,
Mm.
uh, I don't know, man. For me personally, it just eventually loses its value because I did not inherit that mindset. Instead, I saw it with more of a skeptic's kind of mind, and that sort of led me to where I'm at now, where
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely look at religion in any sort of shape, way, or form that is presented all around the world, and still appreciate it for what it is and respect it. To not take a crap on it, like insult it,
Mm-hmm.
but still be able to question it enough that I feel comfortable with myself.
Mm-hmm. And not, you can question it, but not necessarily. People always take questioning and denouncing as the same thing. You
Yeah,
know.
and that's what I find to be a huge problem with debating with people, just in general, that that the general consensus is that they will take questioning as a personal judgment of somebody else's beliefs, and it's not. It's just me questioning what's happening because shit, I can't remember who quoted this. It's kind of ridiculous to ask somebody that doesn't believe in God to prove why God is not real. Proof lies within the believer. So I, as a non-believer, think that someone that does believe in this should prove to me why they can do that. If somebody tells you that they can do a backflip, you wouldn't tell the person next to them, can they do it?
Mm-hmm.
No, you would tell them to show you. And that's how they would prove to you they can do a backflip. And obviously, I'm not going to ask somebody, prove to me that God is real, make the almighty smiter come down and smite me. No, I'm not going to obviously ask somebody to do that. But this is something that I found is a constant in my conversations with other people that are religious, that just do not want to accept the fact that it does not lie within me to prove why their thing is not real.
Hmm. And it's funny because I've had instances in which I've had people say the same exact thing. I was actually working at Target when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
I met this lady right there just when I was folding towels of all things, and for some reason we just started talking about religion,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about the existence of God and everything, and she talked about how she said her daughter when she was 2 years old was run over by a car
Mm-hmm.
and crushed her pelvis,
Mm-hmm.
and she said she lived, and even though like a 2 year old supposed to die when something like that happens. And she said that her daughter said their mother-in-law had recently passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that her daughter was like maybe 3, and she said like she told like, "Mommy, I saw Gigi in heaven with Jesus,"
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "How do you explain something like that?"
Yeah.
My personal thing was it wasn't for me to see. I mean, it sounds very individualistic, but at the same time, I mean, if God wanted to show me how he existed, which in some cases, he, she, the universe, whatever you call God, if even gravity, if the existence of God has been shown to me, I hold that true within my beliefs.
Okay.
Don't necessarily have to push it on to other people, which I have a bad problem with at times.
Yeah.
Because, especially feeling like you're thinking in a profound way, it's kind of it's exciting to talk about because you have all these new ideas, but you just don't know how they're going to be received,
Yeah.
And I've kind of been just collecting just a little bit of everything from everywhere and just seeing the instances in which they connect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just how the only real place anything connects is just you. Just kind of, and we're all on our own individual walk. Like think like a what's it called? Like a flux capacitor.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about this just now. I had an idea in my head about how gravity holds us all down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're all just have our own thought processes of things that go on and things that happen, but there's also the unseen energy and gravitational pull that brings us to other things and other people that we can't really explain.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? It's just probability
Mhm.
thing. And so I thought about it just like that as a flux capacitor of like, what if the world was a flux capacitor and there's like a small like invisible chain of gravity that just constantly has us all going around like this, like
Mhm.
a pendulum or something like that.
Okay.
I just pictured that in my head just now.
That's kind of interesting, dude. That is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Because I learned about probability, and when I was learning about probability, I just happened to notice certain things about how, we make a Venn diagram and we call it, in probability, we call it a universe. I was like, just kind of little instances of like, it's interesting. And then you line up, it's the if and or like either or statements or stuff like that. It's this and that, or this but that. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be instances in certain things. And so you have to fill in where things only fit. You know what I'm saying? There's only certain things fit where they can fit. I thought about it on a very elementary level of like a toddler putting in a circle block into a circle, and then a star into the star, and then a square into a square.
Okay.
And I just realized, like, dang, a lot of people, even myself, a lot of times we try to punch a triangle into a square, or like punch a circle into a star, and it just won't work because it's just a circle is a circle.
Yeah.
And a star is a star.
It's really interesting that you say that, considering that there's a dude out there with a video that puts all the shapes in the square hole.
Really?
Yeah.
Like successfully?
Yeah.
I need to see this.
I'm kind of surprised you haven't.
What?
Yeah, I'm very surprised that you haven't.
And they all fit?
They all fit. My boy says, well, what's this? It's a circle. You know where that goes? It goes in the square hole.
And it fit?
The triangle shape goes in the square hole. Yeah.
I need to see this.
You need to see this.
I don't need... Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. No.
Prove lies within the believer.
No, bro. Like, if you... No. I'm a denier now. I deny. No. Now I'm going back to just spreading my truth.
Oh, man.
Forcing my beliefs upon other people. How about that? I have a podcast. Why not? This is my platform. You know what?
You're going to get really big, and then
God is real. God is real as far as what you believe it to be.
That is a terrifying statement.
Okay. Is that... Well, it does say that in the Bible, too, technically. Well, not say technically, but no, it's kind of bad to say technically. But, about the Bible.
Yikes.
But there is a passage that says that... I'm paraphrasing, of course, because I don't have the whole entire Bible memorized. But it just talks about how you can essentially find God in anything. You find God wherever you will seek God.
To me, that kind of sounds like a cop-out, dude. That sort of sounds like if we can't get you to believe in this by actions, we can get you to believe in this by whatever means your own subconscious finds.
Well, I think the key is when you read the Bible or hear any paraphrasing from the Bible, you have to hear it objectively, because it's all encoded. Because once I started looking at it objectively and just started applying it to just life, not just how life through a lens of a Christian,
Okay.
it makes more sense than it does as a Christian.
Okay.
In the sense that where we work, we see a lot of the I guess how else do I say this? I call it like the underworld almost.
The underworld.
You know what I mean? In the
A little
sense,
bit.
in the sense that we see a lot of the bad side. I'll say. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about bad. I think I think what the societal construct would find as bad.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's the best way, much better way of saying it. So yeah, actually, and then just saying it like that again just unravels the whole entire thing, because of like, again, if you can find God in anything, and we're all just individuals doing our own thing that satisfies us and fulfills our own personal soul, isn't that just us finding God in anything? Whether it be a job, whether it be or outside of that of religion.
I guess so. Yeah.
Or the thing you do every day, the thing you go to every day. You know what I'm saying? The thing that's you're circling around, the thing that you're always getting to.
Your mantra.
Yes.
Mantra.
Yeah. Aura or mantra? Mantra. What's the difference between aura and mantra?
I'm not sure about aura. Oh my goodness.
No.
Yep. Nope. Straight to heck.
No.
Yep. That's it. No more cookies for you.
Bullshit.
Well, my boy said bullshit.
Well, I'm gonna give me some fucking cookies. Fuck that.
Mantra is something that you would kind of anchors you, sort of like a motivator, something that you would repeat to yourself
Oh, yeah.
to
Just as it
motivate
says,
your goal, kind of.
just as it says on Google, yes, repeated. A word or sound repeated to aid concentration and meditation.
Look at that.
Versus aura. Oh wait, not Ira, aura. Let's see. The distinctive atmosphere or quality that seems to surround or be generated by a person, thing, or place.
Oh.
Aura.
Your chakra.
Aura mantra.
Your energy.
Yes, essentially yes.
Yeah. Kind of your essence, basically.
Basically, yeah. Aura mantra. Oh, never mind. It's just a little marble.
Oh.
Yeah, never mind. But yeah, no. Nothing to do with auras and mantras. They're two different things.
Nothing to do with each other.
Excuse me. They are mutually exclusive things. But yeah. Yeah, bro. We've been going like hour and 20 minutes, dog.
Doesn't feel like it.
Not at all. That's the best part about a podcast.
Is it?
Time does not exist.
Time's made up anyway, dude.
That's what I was thinking about earlier, too. I was like, there is no time.
Time's only relative due to our gravity, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
which is crazy because the big G in astrophysics and science is always gravity. Yeah. And then in religion, they always say capitalize the G in God. And I was like,
That's some heavy shit right there, bro.
I was just like, gravity, the one thing we can't see that's holding everything together. And one thing that we just don't question because at the end of the day, it just is.
Isn't space kind of crazy to think about?
Very.
Like, universal effects.
I have to cross the universe. There's a bunch of like different formations over there, star formations and stuff like that. But the universe is crazy.
It's kind of crazy to think about. I had a period of time back in 2017 where I was doing a lot of reading about space and just thinking way too much about it. And I find that after thinking so much about it, it kind of builds this existential crisis inside you. And once you accept it, it's just way easier after that. Mm-hmm. But honestly, accepting it is kind of hard because like the universe can be kind of spooky, man. It's a big ass place out there, and we are a tiny little nothing speck of a planet.
Speck of light. Not even. I'll think about it on just the idea of me being this big.
Yeah. I feel like it's because of things like that acceptance that I've had for years now, that a lot of things just seem very tiny and very mundane. Like a lot of things just don't really matter all that much, honestly. So like once you accept that, it's kind of nice. It's a nice relief.
You think that comes with age too?
I don't think so. I think it really just genuinely comes down to how your own mind works and how you want to perceive things, how you want to process and ingest or digest things. It's very dependent on your own mental maturity. And, well, maybe not mental maturity, but just how your mind works and trails. I don't know, man. Maybe it does come with age. I mean, there are a lot of cultures that respect their elders because they've been around for so long, they've experienced so much, they have so much wisdom on so many things, and that's totally cool and all, man. But there are definitely things that are not age based, man. Like I feel like that is something that you can do at any point in your life, just as long as you're comfortable, okay, acknowledging that it nothing fucking matters.
Yeah. Like, well, somebody told me that they're like, that's the best part about life is that life has absolutely no meaning.
Yeah, like so many people stress so many years of their lives trying to find the meaning behind life, and I'm like, dude, the meaning of life is just to fucking enjoy it. Just enjoy the seconds, the minutes, the hours or days or years that you have, and just do that.
Or at least find a way to make it enjoyable.
Yeah, like make memories, enjoy your own happiness, like literally just focus on that. That's the meaning of life right there, and that's it.
I was about to say, someone whose resume is 3 pages long, you live by that a lot because you just kind of. Like, how many different jobs have you worked?
A lot.
Can you actually get like a number?
Yeah, it'll take a minute. So why don't you think on yourself for a bit? We'll have a little break right here, and
So, personally, I've not. How many jobs have I worked personally in my life? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Easily at least 15 jobs, dude.
15. God damn.
I've worked quite a bit of jobs. I don't know if 20 is quite there, but like
Hmm.
I've definitely put quite a lot of jobs down.
See, I'm at in my head. I'm thinking.
Which isn't a bad thing. I know a lot of people say that having a long resume speaks badly of you. It says that you have no loyalty. Honestly, I think in this time and age, a lot of more people are realizing that it actually means that you just know your value far better in some instances. Like for me, I know that there are certain jobs that I just would not stay in because I wasn't going to enjoy it there. And I value being happy more over having a bigger paycheck. I think being happy with yourself is a lot more important.
That's part of being a life path 5, actually.
Is it really?
Yes.
Is
Yeah, like literally talks about how like people with a life path 5 number won't stick around for anything that's outworn your interest.
Which is pretty fair, yeah. I have done that.
And how did it feel?
It feels really nice. I know it can be a little stressful because especially in a financial setting like job wise, it's kind of hard trying to make the decision mentally of like, okay, well, I'm not sticking with this job. Like I need something else for myself. Like, it could be that, whatever reason that you might stay. They pay you well. Your friends work there. It's really close to work. They let you work from home. Whatever reason, it can be kind of tough. But I think just realizing like your own worth and not compromising that over somebody else's standard for what you should be. That's a relief that more people need. Like just not compromising your own self comfort. That's pretty fucking important. And I find that after I started doing that more regularly, it definitely makes you feel a lot better when you do things that genuinely bring you joy. Like when I was behind a bar, that was fantastic. I had a ball of a time with that. When I was working with bees, that was also an awesome experience for me. I loved it. I loved every second of it. What I do now, I love it. I love what I do, man. So when you find those things that you actually like, you actually really get to enjoy that kind of experience that people talk about. Like, when you find a job that you love, you're not ever working a day of your life. Yeah, it seems kind of cheesy, kind of tacky, and a little cliche, but I mean, if you actually really reach that point, dude, it kind of really feels like it. It is really just finding that sort of self-respect within. It's neat.
Would you say like having a lot of jobs has been able to have you refine what you want to do and what you don't want to do?
In a way. In a way, it definitely has, because it does allow me to try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It does also kind of translate into other jobs and helps me make certain tasks a lot easier mentally, just because a lot of those things are already running in the back of my head. Yeah, I would say it sort of does, man. It lets you know, like, okay, well, I'm okay doing this. I'm not okay doing this. I'm happy doing this, and I'm not happy doing that.
It's easy to find a job that kind of fits more to what you want at the time.
Yeah.
And what you say what you want or what you need?
Needing and wanting are very different things,
That's what I'm
but they
saying.
go hand in hand, sort of well at times. Because I know that there are other people that would say that my mindset towards that is a little immature or kind of dumb, and they'd say, just suck it up, get the job that pays the best. And I've had that job, I've had it, I've worked it, and I don't want to go back, man.
Don't enjoy
I did
it?
not enjoy myself doing what I was doing at that point. So yeah, I personally much rather just have like a smaller paycheck, but be way happier with myself. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna sleep way better. I'm gonna feel far better. I'm gonna rest easier. I'm gonna actually enjoy the things that I do on and off work, and that's important, dude. We're living in such a chaotic fucking time. Like, people are stressed, people are depressed, and not enough people are taking the time just to be genuinely happy. Like, so many want to just claim, oh my god, like, I need a mental health day. Like, I need this to take care of myself. But like, are they actually doing it? Like, are they actually taking the time to take care of their own mental being, or are they just taking the time to turn their brain off?
Fill in the time.
Yeah, like, and you should take care of yourself, dude. Like, number one is important. You should do that.
And see, like, cause you think like you gotta throw yourself through. Well, some people, at least I did for a while. You gotta throw yourself through hoop after hoop and just keep like just smashing into limit after limit, and
Yeah.
you don't have to. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Like you don't have to like a lot of the things that people feel like they really genuinely have to do. I'm like, you really don't, dude. Like just take a moment and relax. Like sit back for a second, think about things. Like, are you okay? Are you drinking enough water?
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting enough sleep? When was
Touch
the
the-
last time you ate?
Touch grass.
Yeah, touch grass. Like, I know it sounds kind of like a weird thing to tell somebody, but like,
Or go touch a tree, dog.
honestly,
like,
go outside for a second and just feel nature. Nature's pretty neat.
just like no headphones, just sit there and just listen to the birds chirp and.
That is something that I do miss out of living in such a nature-driven or nature-based kind of state. Like, you know, having a mountain to look at constantly, like having hikes to go to and forests to go dwell in. That shit's nice. It is so good for you, man. It definitely puts a nice, even, constant sort of what are we talking about? Oh, just serenity going in your day, and you know, driving anywhere with mountains is fantastic. It's like living in a postcard, and who doesn't like that?
I will say, yeah, because I would say the most beautiful mountains I've seen personally. I was talking about it the other day, actually, driving through northern Alabama.
Nice.
Dude, yeah, they have some very beautiful mountains. And it was like maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a summer day. And so the way the sun was hitting it perfectly, I almost cried. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, there was a song playing, I was like, damn, this fits so well. And I was on like an 18-hour trek, too, as well. I was driving from Texas to Georgia.
Nice.
Yes, and I was sitting there just like, damn.
That's
like,
beautiful.
yeah, he's like, damn, like, how many times do you ever get to just sit there and just look at something and just be like,
I find that I've been doing that with art more regularly, like painted art on canvas. I've been looking a lot of it online and looking up bigger pictures just so I can, you know, take a look at it. And I didn't think that I was gonna be one of those people that would take the moment to take some art appreciation. That is nice, man.
I was thinking about it earlier when you were talking about looking at, well, just the concerts and stuff. I was thinking about how much I was like, dang, I miss going to art museums.
It's very pleasant. It's a delightful kind of feeling because you know, in my own personal kind of experience as I'm doing it, I sort of like to try to think of the painter itself. Like, what were they feeling? Like, what were they thinking? What were they telling themselves as they were painting this stroke of paint here? Like, I want to try to figure that out just by looking at the paint. And yeah, like, I could just look up the meaning of the painting on Google. And yeah, I could do that, but to me that's not satisfactory. There's no fun in there for me. I want to try to figure out what artists feel, and I do that now a lot with paintings, but I've done that with lyrics for years, especially with the kind of music that I listen to, because at times it can be sort of hard to decipher what they're saying. So I'll go back and look at the lyrics, and it's a really good way to get in touch with art, and I feel like art is it's a very healthy thing for humans. I think that taking the time to appreciate the artistic side of things, it soothes a lot of the weight that people carry in the back of their heads. It releases a lot that we don't get enough of, because a lot of the things are artificial, like experiences, life, media. A lot of the things seem artificial these days. So to take the time to really appreciate the beauty of things, that's good. It's lifting almost. It's like a hug for your brain.
Hug for the brain. Hug for the soul.
No.
That's music. That's music. That's music.
No.
Well, man, I don't know. Your music does not hug my soul at all.
My music hugs.
Your music stabs my soul.
No,
and then leaves it out in the sun.
It's a gentle hug.
heat up.
It's cute. No, a hug for the soul is a homemade meal. That's a hug for the soul.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, like a nice, warm, hot meal.
I may digress.
Bruh.
Digress on my statement.
Yeah.
No, see, cause going back to like your music, cause like on surface level, I do like the music you listen to and the music I listen to are two different things.
Quite so.
But we intersect with Murs. Like,
We do.
We intersect with Murs.
We do.
But you were showing me some lyrics the other day, and I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, I was like, a lot of these songs have a lot of songs you listen to have like a lot of like the lyrics are very meaningful
Mm-hmm.
and deep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn. But you got to get through the.
But you have to, you have to get through the screaming part. I
Yes.
listen to a lot of heavy music, very heavy, screaming, arg.
Yes.
Yeah, I do understand that. And, in my years of listening to metal, I have found that that's a constant problem with most people. The
Mhm.
general public doesn't really listen to heavy music like that.
Mm.
And it's because of that. It's because it's mostly ununderstandable music with very hot, heavy sounds that not everyone has the acquired taste for, and that's okay. But yeah, the lyrics can be incredibly thought-provoking, and the kind of metal that I typically listen to tends to be around that sort of general area. I am a person that enjoys depth in
Mm.
things, and music is it's a very must for me. There are definitely some trashy songs that I listen to here and there that I like just because they're jokes and they're funny.
Mm.
But yeah, for the most part, the music that I listen to, I need some depth in it. I need those lyrics to mean something, so that whenever I'm listening back to them, they carry that
Mm.
they carry that meaning, so that they actually mean something. There's a reason why that person wrote that song. They had a message that they wanted to get across, and it's there. You just have to figure out what it is, and that's the wonderful thing about lyrics. That all it is really just a letter from the artist to somebody else. And you just got to figure out what the fuck that letter says and what the story behind it is. And I definitely really like that. But there is also something else that I found in metal after years of listening that I really really enjoyed. It's it has a nice form of outlet for certain heavy emotions that people go through just in their day-to-day life. It allows for a healthy way to decompress some of those issues. Like, not a whole lot of music carries that much aggression and that much raw sort of effect that metal can have, and it's purely just because of how aggressive it fucking sounds.
Mhm.
But because of that, you sort of have this connection with that music and the music coming your way. It almost feels like whenever you feel those heavy emotions of like stress, anguish, despair, depression, just loss, whatever, you have a tangible thing that's there that. Give me 1 second.
No, you're good. You're good.
Because I had this thought like 5 minutes ago, and now I can't come back to it. You have something that's tangible that can sort of understand what you're going through, the
Mhm.
things that you are feeling, and there's some sort of expression right there that you can see that expresses the same thing that you're feeling. To me, that is a fantastic thing to have, because it's sort of like walking out of a sauna and no longer breathing in that hot air, and you're breathing fresh air now. It sort of gives you that nice relief behind it, because you've allowed those heavy emotions that you felt in the moment to just go away into the music. All that aggression that you may have felt inside, it's now gone at the end of that song, because you've allowed all that anger to be felt in those 3 minutes.
And see, I say that. See, I said like don't necessarily gravitate towards the music you listen to. However, I can use that music whenever I'm in the gym, or I think back to when like powerlifting days of like just throwing weight around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, literally being able to throw 200 pounds around like it's nothing. You know, and I was thinking like, yeah, like I can see what you're talking about now with just like it's that release of like everything pent up I had inside me, because like I'm just not necessarily who I am at all times, even especially like people who listen to the same kind of music, you know. But at the same time, I was like, no, there's a release point for it. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with just being able to feel like I'm an absolute animal throwing around whatever weight I grab. You know what I mean? Like, as long as it's within my body weight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself in the gym.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself. Stretch.
Yes.
Do your stretches.
Do your stretches.
Have a spotter.
Yes. Warm
do
up.
all that. Yeah, warm up. Do all that good stuff.
Proper form. Proper body posture and body positioning.
Lift
and
with your
form.
legs, not your back.
Not the back.
Not the back.
Yes, you need your back.
Yeah, you gotta throw that back.
You only got one.
Yes. Well, maybe. But yeah, dude. I definitely see what you mean. And for other people, it might be other forms of music that they could get that same sort of experience with. For me, it just happens to be metal. I really like the chaos that comes with it. The raw aggression that it sounds like, the loud noises, all that heavy emotion. I like that. I kind of like that. But at the same time, I also do enjoy other things like also, rap. I love rap. I love classical music. I love opera style music. I do like hip hop. I like other kinds of music. My library is disgustingly varied.
Oh, I was saying that's the fun part of like getting you, like showing you like other artists, because now you said you've been able to like you hear Kendrick Lamar's voice and you know when it's a Kendrick Lamar song.
Yeah. That is the one thing that I'm not very well depth into is just your average popular music.
I think that's a generational thing too, mainly.
I don't think it's a generational thing, man. I think it really is just the choices of music that I've had in the years. Because when I met my best friend, he mostly listened to rap, but it wasn't rap that was ever on the radio and would probably never be. And
like Murs type.
A little bit, yeah,
Okay.
kind of like that, like just underground rap. And he started showing me that, and at the time I wasn't too much into rap because I couldn't find the connection with the lyrics that were put out on the radio to something that I would give a damn about. But whenever he started showing me all these other songs, I was like, oh wow, like there's something behind this. So yeah, I started listening to more rap, and now I listen to it all the fucking time. It's good stuff, man. It's poetry, and a lot of it can be so deep. There's a lot of stories to be told, just like in really heavy metal. I just need to find the substance there. I find that the kind of music that I find that very easily in has been just classical music, like Mozart, some Beethoven, some kind of stuff like that. I listen to a lot of like play style operas, like the Pagliacci, the Sad Clown. I've listened to the entirety of that whole play multiple times. The whole thing is just awesome. Carmen, it's like all that good stuff. It's just so good, and that kind of music, it's so dramatic. It's very dramatic, and when you sit back and enjoy it, it can be really nice, man. I've definitely had a couple of times where I've listened to classical music and I'm like, damn, I might shed a tear at this. Like, this is
I'm thinking
good.
like you've like someone like a violin solo or something up there. He's like you're sitting like it's like fuck, like it's beautiful. Like it's just like it's just off of one instrument, just strings, and just like but you feel the emotions of the sound. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But like same way, I was thinking like what you said, like having like substance in your lyrics and stuff like that. Same way with rap music. That's the way I get sometimes. Like don't get me wrong, I get to the point where I'm like I just want some noise. You know what I mean? Something to boom in my ears, but also like most of the rap I listen to is again like technically speaking is underground rap. Rappers who rap about stuff that's different from the mainstream. The stuff that's more just appropriate for what I do in my life, I guess. You know what I mean? And not necessarily even like sometimes it's just whatever. Same thing with rock music.
I find that the cool thing about non-mainstream music is that a lot of it is more relatable. So you can find more things that you actually can look back to and be like, oh wow, I went through something similar to that. Like this song now has meaning to me because of that. And that's what I find is the most coolest thing about underground music, or just music that's not well known or appreciated in the mainstream ears. But in the same side of the coin, there is also a lot of really good mainstream music. Like that's not to say that mainstream music is just old hot dog shit.
I think the part because it just all to the degree sounds all the same.
Yeah.
That's why it just gets so repetitive.
But I think that's
also
kind of the point, dude.
Oh, addicting. You know what I mean?
It's kind of the point.
It's the stuff that's always going on, stuff that they want people to listen to.
Yeah.
And I say they, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, no, like with Merce, cause you showed me the station, and when that station was playing through, like when we were just doing shit, it's there was a Brother Ali was on there. I'd never heard of Brother Ali, and I heard one song. I think it was called "Room with a View."
I think so.
Yo, dude, I heard the beat and I was like, this beat is hard, and then like the lyrics he was rapping about, I'm like, there was like a couple lines which I was like, I felt that. Like I was like, I felt that. Like and I was like, I had to look. I was like, who is this dude? I was like, so
Yeah.
there's stuff like that when you find like new. It's the album was from '03.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like it's just I'm like so young. I'm just a baby. I'm so
Yeah.
new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I love finding those. I love finding those kind of moments. I live for things like that, like just finding something so new, and you're like, oh my god, where has this been?
But it's not new at all.
Yeah,
You know?
I found that I know I say that I want substance in my lyrics, but at the same time, I also really like just bullshit, whiny bullcrap from
Oh yeah.
like bands. I'm like, yeah, I like some bands that just sing about whiny bullshit. That's okay, I like that. But I found a band that I liked that it does exactly just that in most of their songs, and that's okay. But I got way obsessed with their discography, and then I was like, you know what? I want to see them live. And then I found out that they broke up years ago. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah. See, I realized how much of the stuff I watch just cross plays with other genres and stuff. Because you've watched wrestling and stuff like that. You know wrestling.
Yeah. We've talked about this.
Chris Jericho,
Yeah.
the lead singer of Fozzy, also.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that actually, because Fozzy's like a world-renowned band, but then Chris Jericho's probably like the greatest wrestler of all time, arguably.
I thought you said Edge was the best wrestler of time. Then you've also said Undertaker.
Undertaker is up there though.
Undertaker, bro.
He is up there with the greatest. No, but legitimately, you might have to give it to Chris Jericho. He's been wrestling since.
Is he still wrestling?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Dude, Sting is still wrestling.
I knew about Sting, but Sting has been doing things.
He needs to stop. He's like 60. I think he's gonna hurt.
Is Undertaker? Is he done?
No, he's retired.
Oh, so he's done.
He's had 2 hip replacements.
Okay, good. Because that man needs to chill for a bit.
I think like 06 through 07, his knees and hips were being held together by like duct tape, icy hot, and like
yikes,
the will of God.
Well,
like
there was this little like mini documentary that I watched like some time back, and it was about the Undertaker. Actually, it was about his hip replacement. That like move that he does, where he has their opponents laying on the edge of the ring, and then he just leg slams them. Yeah, he does that leg drop on their chest. That's what's been killing him this whole time, dude. Like that has been just killer on him. And thinking back to how many matches I've seen with this dude, he does that a lot.
There was the one they call what's it called? Old school.
The old school, where he's on the ropes.
Yeah, he jumps off the ropes and lands on both feet, and it's like, gotta keep in mind he's 6'9", 6'10", doing that.
That's a big dude.
That's a big dude.
That is a big dude.
Doing very athletic moves.
I think like something that some people forget is how big wrestlers actually are. And I don't think it's until you meet them in person that you really see. Because I've told you before, man, I've met my boy RVD.
RVD.
Those hands, man.
Huge, like glove mitts.
He's considered one of the smaller wrestlers.
Exactly.
But he's huge. Yeah, no, that was a gnarly handshake, man. Like my hand was just enveloped by his. It felt weird.
It's the real life giants. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, well, the Undertaker wrestled for like the better part of 25 years.
He's been doing it for a hot minute, man.
So like,
he's definitely been doing it for a hot minute.
He put his time in, and then.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, then Chris Jericho's still wrestling to this day.
Yeah, but, to me that's crazy, bro. Because like that's insane. I hope that like Undertaker actually does have an actual retirement, not like Ric Flair, where he just keeps coming back.
Oh, dude, he needs to stop. Yeah. He had another match like maybe 2 months ago.
Did he really?
Yes.
Why?
It was rather bad. Why? I don't know.
My poor boy shouldn't be wrestling.
No,
anymore,
he should not.
No.
He's like 70 something now.
Is he really?
Yes. I was trying to think. So like, when it comes to like greatest wrestlers of all time, I think of, and for some reason I'll throw like Edge, maybe John Cena in there too. Think of the wrestlers who have stayed themselves the whole time.
I think John Cena has stayed pretty true to himself most of the time.
Chris Jericho has been Chris Jericho.
Randy Orton has also stayed true to himself the whole time.
Dude, he might retire soon too, actually. Back problems. The RKO.
That RKO, man, what a move.
Bro, but that's been fucking up his back.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
For
dude.
years.
Have you seen how he lands? He lands on his shoulder blades, man. Yeah. That cannot be good for you.
No, he does it at least 3 times a week. Yeah. Probably 4. Yeah. for the better part of like 20 years.
My boy deserves a break.
A little retirement, you know what I'm saying?
My boy deserves a break. What about Rey Mysterio? He's still
wrestling.
My boy.
He still wrestles. You can tell he wrestles he wrestles a style that's more fit for his age.
Yeah.
But he still hits 619s and Hurricane Ranas and
Really?
shit like that. But it's like, god damn, he still got it.
That's kind of crazy.
His
man.
son's actually a wrestler now too.
Seriously?
In WWE, yes.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. His name's Dominic Mysterio.
How the times have changed.
You know what's really funny? I remember they had a match back in the day. It was like a ladder match for the custody of Dominic. It was Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, and it's basically a ladder match with a contract of like child custody on top of the
What the fuck? Wait, when was this?
Like 2000, I think SummerSlam 2005.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's like ladder match for the custody of Dominic, and has like his son. He's like 5 years old. He's like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Some of the shit WWE used to get away with was fucking foul. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I won't argue with that, man. The WWE has definitely done some wild things.
You know, some of the shit they got away with was like, there was the one like a lot of the stuff that happened with them was like very infamous. But one of the they had like a bikini contest, and I remember they told her not to do this, and she was like, no, I'm gonna do it. And they had a bikini contest. She takes her robe off.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just black hands covering the boob. That's it. Just a plaster on a stuck on black hand covering her boobs.
Wild.
And they literally had, because you can see real life,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's a theater show.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's an it's a live action athletic theater show.
I would agree. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Where the wrestlers put their bodies on, like, dangerously on the line.
Like the storylines that they put out, dude, that shit's like straight out of the theater class.
Dog, like what?
Some of that stuff is like an anime episode, man.
Oh, the one arc right now that you have to have been watching maybe the past 10 years to fully understand the grasp of what's going on with Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I told you a little bit about it.
I think you did. I think you started, and then we
it's
trailed off into something else.
It's a pretty long story because, like, so you have been watching from the time he debuted to really understand. That's like 2013 to really understand the grasp of like how he got here now. Because you run into the part of like John Cena got old, and then now not old like stale, but like he's been
Grandpa Cena.
Grandpa Cena, exactly.
Grandpa Cena.
He's been workhorsing the company for like
Yeah.
12 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and now he's gonna get movies, and Hollywood's calling. And
I mean,
so,
you remember when he first started coming out in movies? He was in those Marine movies.
Yes, the Marine.
Yeah,
that was actually worth it.
That was
Too
whenever like WWE they had their own studios.
WWE Studios, yeah.
Kane had his own movie like See No Evil.
That was actually a pretty.
That was a good movie.
From all like the WWE movies, WWE Studios, that's probably one of the better received movies like on a mainstream level.
I like that movie. It definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies a couple of
dude,
times. But
what?
dude, there's a scene where Kane catches a girl trying to run away and then just pins her against a wall. And she's like trying to call somebody.
Oh, yeah, she shoved the phone.
Yeah, that's before smartphones. So back then, it was the chunky ass phones. He just shoves that shit down her throat, man. That is.
Yeah, no, I remember watching that scene. I was like,
Yeah, that's a traumatizing thing to watch.
Oh no, it really was. I was like, oh my god. But he's also just such a great villain.
He's such a good guy, though.
Yeah, he's such a cool dude.
Like all his interviews, like anything outside of wrestling, he's such a nice dude. Isn't he like a politician now?
Yeah, he's a mayor in a town in Tennessee.
Mayor. Yeah.
He's rather conservative, actually.
Crazy. What a nice guy, though.
He's
the Undertaker's a pretty nice dude, too.
Yeah. No, he's actually originally from Houston. He's always in Austin, like, all the time. Oh, yeah,
dude. He's always hanging out in Texas, man. There's this little Tex-Mex place that I would go to every now and then when I was in Austin with my friend and his family. And they have a bunch of pictures of the Undertaker just on their wall. Kind of like how Polly's has their pictures all over the wall. Yeah, it's the same thing, but they just have a couple with the Undertaker just like, hey.
See, mine would be nothing but wrestlers.
All wrestlers enjoy Tex-Mex.
Of course.
Yeah. Who doesn't enjoy Tex-Mex?
Chat, do you have anything to say? Leave it in the comments if you don't like Tex-Mex. Actually, do not leave a comment if you don't like Tex-Mex.
Somebody's going to be like, nah, bro, fuck Tex-Mex. That should give me that diarrhea.
I want that real Mexican food, actually. I do want some authentic Mexican food, though. That shit would slap.
I am wanting to make these style of tacos that I made a lot when I was upstate. They're so they're called what the fuck? They're called tacos de canasta,
Mhm.
like basket tacos, but they're made on the thinner level. So the filling is just kind of thin, not nothing too filled up, and then just stack them in this basket that's layered with some like bags or some towels or something to really not make a mess.
Mhm.
And then you drown the fuck out of them with some boiling hot oil, bro. And then just close that shit, steam it up. So put like a paper or not a paper towel, sorry, a towel over top,
Mhm.
so that all that steam just collects and goes down and heats and cooks all that good stuff, bro. They're good. They're started with some like onions, like that are also in that basket. So them onions are flavored as hell. And that boiling hot oil has like chilies in there. It has like all these other spices as well. So it's not just oil,
You're getting me hungry now, dog.
bruh. Some pickled veggies on the side,
See, now you talk about pickled veggies.
bruh.
What next? Some sauerkraut? Not with the.
No,
Not with Tex-Mex.
no.
No. I'm just gonna ruin your whole entire meal and put sauerkraut next to it.
My goodness.
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's real terrorism.
That is. Yes.
Yeah, actually.
That is awful.
Oh, horrible.
Don't do that.
Why?
Angry Bear.
Slightly. Hungry Bear.
Chemical warfare bear.
That is actually chemical warfare right there.
That's
Fuck,
chemical warfare.
we'll fight with sauerkraut and coleslaw. How about that? Throw sweet coleslaw at me, I'll throw sauerkraut at you and shit.
I'll put extra sugar on top.
Fuck no, don't do that shit. I'll fucking die.
You see, that's what I thought whenever you asked if I like sweet coleslaw. Because I'm like, I
Sugar?
feel like there's people out there that are putting sugar in their coleslaw.
That's like
And
sugar
I'm just
and
the one
grits.
missing out.
That's like sugar and grits. Is a
No.
no-no. Sugar and grits is a no-no.
Sugar and grits is a no-go.
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 Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Bacon bits with cheese.
No hot sauce.
I don't think I've tried it with hot sauce. Might have to do that then.
I really want to know what a hot sauce your chat thinks is the sauce.
My viewers,
Yeah.
let us know. You like sriracha or do you like actual like hot sauce?
I personally like Tabasco. I like
Okay.
Tabasco a lot.
Mm.
It's fantastic tasting. Just the right amount of spice. I know a lot of people don't like the vinegary taste. I love the vinegary
You like
taste.
some vinegar taste?
But lately, I've been enjoying a lot of Cholula. I find that it's definitely not as hot, so I have to use more of it.
Mm.
But it is flavorful.
Okay. I'm usually a Louisiana hot sauce kind of guy.
Really,
Yes.
I
The tang for me.
huh. That's that comes in a white bottle, doesn't it?
It's like a yellow bottle with like
Okay.
Louisiana. It's
Okay.
like it's like a cylinder.
Oh,
Like,
I know what you're talking about now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Louisiana hot
I'm thinking
sauce.
of a completely different hot sauce, one that comes like in a tall white bottle. I think it's called like Jalisco sauce or something. Jalisco.
I think I know what you're talking about too.
I asked somebody recently this question also, and they said that they like Texas Pete. And honestly, can't for the life of me remember what Texas Pete tastes like, but I think doesn't it taste kind of like Cholula?
Maybe.
I think it has good flavor, doesn't
I
it?
need to get back acquired with my hot sauces.
With your hot sauces.
Yeah, I've been using nothing but sriracha for the past like year or so. The
You do need
sriracha-
more hot sauces.
Sriracha's been my go-to lately.
There's this shop in the outlets on your way to Houston, and if they're still open, there's a hot sauce shop there. Yeah, it's like a excuse me. Oh my god, how rude.
Sleepy Bear.
Sleepy, just a bit. Yeah, it's like a whole shop, but for hot sauces, and it's really neat because they have some for samples, so you can just get a little, like, for your tongue, little
Mhm.
thing of wood, and then just dollop up some hot sauce and try it, man. That's really good. That's actually how I found this delicious Chipotle hot sauce.
Hmm.
It was good.
So all this hunger talk, bro. I think we need to get out of here. It's almost 2 hours now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like hour 58.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
We will wrap it up right there. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let us know if you like this podcast. And if you didn't like it, well, sorry about it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that I guess my
don't,
bad.
Don't be an angry bear then.
Yeah. Don't be an angry bear. We'll be
Never.
more entertaining next time.
Yes. But until next time, it is me and Raccoon Pantaloons.
Yes.
Raccoon Pantaloons and I. Excuse me. Proper grammar. All right. Y'all be easy. Peace out.
Peace out.